Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Modern Practical Guide to a Positive Full Life. This is number part two of the intro to the guide. We're going to talk about how we're going to be going across this guide and how it will be helpful to you. Um, your host will be your go-to friend, me. Um, and if you want to look us up, you can look us up on Coltomita on any social media, pretty much. So, without any further ado, let's get started. We're going to first talk about a lot of words and a lot of ideas, and I want to make it very clear that this is not about the specific word, it's about the idea. And so, if you find that you have difficulty with the word, please just choose another word. It's not a thing about the specific word. It's about empowering you through these ideas and showing you the power that you have within you to be happy and to or be full and to do it now. We're going to be talking about how to figure out your purpose. A lot of times you do this by figuring out what you're good at, what you enjoy, and then because that's your motivation, and moving that to how that can help others. And that will be your purpose pretty much. We'll do different exercises talking about that, but that's going to be very critical, and it's going to be a pillar to this guide. Um, we're going to be talking about the differences between lots of ideas out there and why they might be confusing. For instance, the difference between a negative person and someone who is just feeling a negative emotion. And there's a big difference there. And it will be about embracing a negative emotion or feeling because I don't believe that it's healthy to deny it. I believe it's unhealthy to act on it or to let it influence other actions because, on the basis, bad only gives birth to bad, and I believe good makes good. And so I think it's two parts. First is addressing that emotion and understanding it and understanding that it's okay, that it's valid no matter what it is. And then moving forward, how we can get over that emotion and then actually start processing it. And once we get to the processing stage, figuring out why. Why are we feeling that? Many times it's as simple as just continuing to ask why. And usually you find that there's an underlying positive uh, uh, just motivation, and that will be the focus of you moving forward and learning from that if it was a problem or an obstacle. um, it's going to be a highlight of showing you how you are enough right now, not about tomorrow, not yesterday, that you are enough right now, that you deserve to be loved, you deserve to be full and happy, um, right now. Not We're not going to wait till tomorrow. We don't have to sacrifice or do anything specifically yesterday or tomorrow. We can do the sacrificing today, which is hard work. And a lot of this stuff is, again, it's going to be simple stuff that's going to be easy for one to follow, but it's going to involve lots of work. And the thing is, if it was easy, then everyone would do it. It's not easy, but I think that our generation and people right now in general don't have a problem with hard work. You see people working a lot. It's just about feeling lost and feeling no direction because um, it's difficult out there. Um, it's about highlighting that there is not a bad or good thing or bad or good individual or bad or good you. You're just you. Whenever you make a mistake in the past, we're going to be talking about how that wasn't something bad. When you made that decision, it was the best decision you could have made based on the information you have. Nobody purposefully hurts themselves, at least no one's sane. And so don't beat yourself up about it. You learn from it and you move forward. Um, we're going to have lots of different little exercises and recommendations, and I'll make a video about that next, about what you can do to make it more effective. Uh, we're going to be writing down a lot of stuff. Writing things down helps solidify them and help you remember them. Um, we're going to be talking about your needs and not your wants, because unfortunately our wants have been tainted by media and society telling you what you want, and you many times don't know what you want because there's so much you're told you want. But in reality, what you need to be happy is very different, and we're going to be talking about that as well. Talking about saying it out loud, visualizing it in your brain, and having it constantly in your mind, because that's your goal. It's going to be about setting goals that have a daily, review, a weekly review, a monthly review. It's about making sure that no matter how hard the obstacle is, that you have a plan and then you forget about it. Like, no matter how hard your problem is, if you cannot do anything about it right now, then why worry about it? And we'll talk about that as well. And again, I'm not saying to forget the past. I'm just saying to process it if it's a negative emotion, learn from it if it's a mistake, and then move forward. And that's going to be how you focus on the present and are truly happy in this moment and enjoying the things. Many times we just don't enjoy it. And another pillar of the guide is about appreciation. It's about constantly, we're going to be doing reflections in the morning and afternoon, something very simple, just a couple minutes, but it's about talking about the things that we're happy we have, because we are actually quite fortunate to have many things, because I don't think anyone has no one and nothing. And if they do, they have an opportunity to start anew. But I've never met anyone like that. And it's about stop overthinking things, and trying to all this noise, and just quiet it all down, break it down to something simple, and then following forward. Like I said, no matter how hard the feat is, it's always going to be the next step towards it. It doesn't have to look, you don't have to look at the whole feat. You can set, steps to it, but right now, what can you do about it? And then do that. And it's that simple. Um, but you're going to have to forget about the stuff you've learned that contradict it. And I'm not saying to follow it blindly, but I'm saying that try to go in without a bias or in a clear mind. And if it seems to make sense for you, then adhere to it. But if it doesn't, then don't. Like I said, everyone's unique, so I don't know. I've never met everyone in the world, so I don't know what's going to work for you. But I do know this works for most people, and I want to help people. I want them to be better. I want people to stop waiting for tomorrow and stop blaming other things. And I know the world's difficult and it's just unfortunate, but you can do something about it right now, and that's changing you. And you can make it the best it can be despite the negative in it. Um, and it's going to be about teaching, reframing, looking at things from a different perspective, and finding something bigger than you, and that's the other people around you, your purpose. About spreading positiveness, about sharing your goals and your dreams, and saying them out loud, and communicating in relationships. And if you do have a question, I encourage you to post a video so I can go over it if there's enough need for it. Um, and let's see, we want to find the thing that energizes you, like I said, and we're going to do that by doing lots of different exercises. And who am I? And this will be short. I just want to be your go-to friend. I felt lost, and I felt like I needed something like this, and I think the world is hungry for this, and so I want to provide it, and I want to provide it for free, and in the future I want to provide it in Spanish and for children, but I just want to show people that they can be happy now, and they don't need all this stuff that the world's saying they need. I think the struggle is real, and the world is dark, and I just want people to know that if you find your light, then it'll never be dark, because darkness is the absence of light, right? And I know that sounds very cheesy, but you'll understand what I mean. When you find your motivation, it's like a light. You can just use it to propel you forward. Um, and I've lived all over the world, and so I do see this need, and I find that it's difficult because it's like a painting of yourself, and you're in it. And I believe we have to take ourselves out of that mindset and then actually look at ourselves. And if we do that, we can see things. It just changes everything, and that will be a big step in moving you forward, empowering you. And I know life is complicated, but this is going to be set up in a logical, simple way that allows you to follow it. Because I think we just think too much. We need to be doing. It's about doing. It's about now. It's about doing. It's not about waiting for tomorrow. It's about dwelling on that past. And that's it. I'll make another video about the exercise and recommendations I have for these videos moving forward. And you can look us up or follow us on any of the social media at Colton Vita. And again, if you have any questions, I encourage you to post them. And if you don't agree with this, that's okay. But if you do know of somebody that you think could help, then I strongly encourage you to forward it on so that you can help them, and hopefully they can find a better world, and not a world that tells them they're not enough. All right, take care, and I'll see you again.